Over the past few years, I've coached so many people on their finances, and I've noticed something really shocking. Most of you don't actually have a money problem, you have a direction problem. So you're earning money, but you're still living paycheck to paycheck. You're working very hard, but you're still broke. Not because you don't make money, it's because you just don't know what to do with it. And that's why today I want to show you something that can change everything for you, which is the 10 levels of financial freedom that I have made up. So you're welcome to change them up if you want to. But this is the exact structure that I've seen work over and over and over again with other clients, the kind of structure that I am following right now. And if you follow these levels step by step, you won't just make money, you'll actually build wealth and experience freedom. So, the first level of building your financial freedom is, I'm going to put it here, which is to know your numbers. So, what do I mean by know your numbers? You need to know how much is actually coming in your household. So, between you and your husband, or you alone, or whoever you're living with, but you need to know how much is coming in the house. And then you need to know how much is coming out. But before you know how much is coming out, you need to categorize it. You need to know what are your needs, what are your wants, what are your savings, what are your investments, what is going to debt, and then what is left over. So, out of your money, what is your needs? What is your want? What is your saving? What is your investment? What is your debt? And what's left over? If there is nothing left over, if you are left with zero, then ask yourself that on your wants, can you actually sacrifice something? Can you get rid of something temporary while you're getting rid of this debt? Because once you get rid of that debt, you'll free up some money that you can start pouring into investments. So that is basically number one, just having an understanding of where is my money actually going, how much is actually coming in, and out of how much is actually going out, what are needs, what are wants, what are savings, what are debt, what are investments. Just basically have a clear understanding of your numbers. Second level to building financial freedom is to have a 1 month emergency fund. So that is number two. Make sure that you have a 1 month emergency fund saved in. What I usually say is whatever your income is. So for example, if your income is 25,000, then make sure that you have a 1 month income already saved in your account. This is going to help you. This is going to protect you from using debt in an event of an emergency fund. But what I want you to do as well is make sure that you only use this at an emergency. You don't just use it because you saw these shoes that you really wanted and they're now on sale. That's what's not. This money is not for that. This money is for actual emergencies to protect you from using credit cards and debt. The next level to build financial freedom is to make sure that you contribute into a retirement. And if you're still in debt, then just contribute the minimum. So if you're in debt, contribute the minimum. And let's say the minimum is 500 Rand. But just make sure you're starting. It is great for, those benefits that you get from tax. You get money back every single year, but also the time that you have in the market is what's important. Then starting late with a bigger budget. So start as soon as possible because we all want to stop working one day, but don't want to have that stress and pressure of our finances. Then the fourth level that I want you to focus on is to pay off debt. And I would recommend starting with high interest. So basically using the avalanche method. Now, this is just something I've added. This is something that I've added. The focus is to pay off debt. So if you prefer the snowball method, if you prefer whatever method that you have made up, that's fine as long as you're getting rid of the liabilities. But for me, the high interest debt is what makes financial sense. So I do recommend using the avalanche method, paying off the debt with a high interest first, but there is nothing wrong. You're not doing anything wrong by using the snowball method. The snowball method is also perfectly fine as long as you are attacking that debt to free up that minimum payment so that you can take care of other things as well and build wealth. Then the fifth level, so this is under the impression that you have a clear budget, so you know your numbers. You already have a 1 month emergency fund saved. You're contributing the minimum to your RAA, or obviously, if you can afford to make sure you're contributing enough that is making sense for your goals, for your retirement goals. You have paid off your debt. Make sure that you are building your tax free savings account. This is great because obviously it's tax free. There are some rules about the tax free. I teach a lot of it in my Master Your Money course that I have just launched. It's a 3-day masterclass. If you want to be part of that, if you want to literally know how to change your life in 3 days when it comes to your finances, then the masterclass that I have launched has literally 3 focuses of how to get out of the financial situation that you're probably currently in to build that wealth and learn more about how to multiply your money. I'll leave it below. But there is a threshold on the tax-free savings account, a yearly threshold where you cannot go over, which is 46,000 Rand. So you cannot contribute more than that per year. There's also a lifetime limit, but the best thing is that the money that you make is tax-free, invested locally. With, for example, an RA versus a tax-free, I believe they work hand in hand, they work together. Again, I explain it nicely, much better in my Master Your Money course. But for an RA, if you contribute more than what the government has limited you on, they just roll it over to the following financial year. With the tax-free, if you contribute more, they will tax whatever you contribute more than the threshold. So it's things like that that you need to know. And if you feel like joining my Master Your Money masterclass will be beneficial, then I'll have it linked below, just so you can know, exactly how to make sure you master your money well and not your money be your master. So yeah, I love that, starting a tax-free and there is no debt. So you've paid off your debt, because what happens if you have debt? Well, that's what I've seen quite a few people. I've seen quite a few clients of mine that because they have debt, when they need money, they end up using their tax-free as an emergency fund. So you want to make sure that you have no debt, you have an emergency fund saved, and you also have your retirement annuity that you are contributing in. So if you are ticking these 3 boxes, then definitely your tax-free savings account will multiply nicely without you having to fiddle and touch it as well. And now let's move to level number 6. Level number 6, I want you to focus on now maxing out your emergency fund. So how you do that is to make sure that you're now building at least 3 to 6 months emergency saving. And what I recommend how I recommend you build that emergency savings of 3 to 6 months is in a unit trust, so that your money is exposed to some interest, which is way better than a bank. But also, you need to know exactly what's the difference between a unit trust and endowment when it comes to tax and all of that. In the Master Your Money course, I've literally created a program that will teach you everything you wish you learned in school about how to master your money and find wealth in your money and how to multiply your money. So it's all in there. But on level 6, when you're building your 3 to 6 months of your emergency fund, put it in a unit trust. Your other 1 month emergency fund is in your bank account, accessible at any time. Number 7, I want you to start having sinking funds. If you don't know what are sinking funds are basically saving for your short-term goals so that you don't use credit card or debt again. So if you know there's a wedding you're invited to in August, start saving for that. You know that back to school is happening in January, start saving for that. You know that Christmas is something amazing for your family and you spend a lot of money and you do Secret Santa and all of that, start saving for that. You know that your birthday is coming up and you want to take a trip to, I don't know, Seychelles, start saving for that. Those kind of things are it means you still get to enjoy, still get to live your life, but without using debt, without putting yourself in a situation where now you've had a good time, but now you're in financial stress. So that are sinking funds are going to save you from using credit cards as well, but also they're going to save you from ever touching your emergency fund for things that are more luxury. Level number 8 is for you to build investments. So now these are investments for like the next 3, 4, 5 years, 6, 7, 8, 10 years kind of investments. So it's not your retirement where when you retire you will then annuitize your money into a living or a life annuity. It's not a tax-free saving where you kind of want to let it grow up until you can hopefully retire early than the retirement age, because you have that tax-free and you have your retirement. This is for your short-term stuff. So you still want to probably purchase that house. You still want to travel with your family and take them to Disneyland, to New York, to, I don't know, wherever you are thinking of traveling. You want to be able to have money to live that kind of life that you want. Living that life that you want is very much possible. You just need to have a plan for your money and you need to stick to the plan. So endowments are going to help you get there if it's a 5-year, 10-year plan. If you've got children that you know that, okay, my child is 10, they're going to university when they're 18, I've got 8 years, you can start, that endowment for them, because it's something where you don't have to really worry about SARS, and it's got that strict maturity on it, so it helps you, save your money in there. If it's something short term, like a stock file, but on your own and you're getting much better interest than a bank, then a unit trust will be perfect for that. But start building those kind of investments so that you are living your life without having to cash out your retirement pension, your preservers, without having to touch your emergency fund, without having to rely on debt, but you still live that life and buy that car or whatever it is that you dream of through your money working for you in investments. If you need someone to help you and guide you with investments, maybe you've tried it on your own and you just need that guidance, you're welcome to book a free one-on-one session with me. I'll have it linked below and I'm going to guide you and help you. We're going to set financial goals for your children, for you, for your future self, basically. Number 9, I want you to review your life insurance. Review your life insurance and your will. Let's add your will as well over there and just make sure that everything is still aligned to your goals, still protecting your family. You have peace of mind that if anything had to happen to you right now, your family will be fine. And if you need a financial planner who will help you set up your life insurance or your estate planning, then you're welcome to book a session with me. Or if you have a financial plan already, then book a session with them and have a look and see if things are aligned. You have that income protection and just basically all of that. And if you want to know more about how to understand that, then join my Master Your Mind masterclass, because it literally teaches you everything that you need to know about life insurance and all of that and estate planning. And the last level, number 10. So now we are under the impression that you have a nice, clear, easy budget to maneuver and you have made wise choices about your budget. You have 1 month emergency fund savings in your account. You have contributing to your retirement annuity. You have paid off your debt. You have started your tax-free savings account. You are building, or you have built your 3 to 6 months investments or savings, but I recommend investments in a unit trust. You have sinking funds as well in your bank accounts or cash. Some of mine are cash. You are building your investments for whatever big purchases that you have planned for the future. You have reviewed your life insurance and your will. You basically are financially okay. You are the master of your money. Now, the last thing I want you to do is be generous. Now, when I'm saying be, is there E on generous? Sorry. Now, when I'm saying be generous, I don't mean go around giving away money. That is not smart. But be able to help other people, tithe in church, be helpful with information on how you got yourself to where you are right now, and teach people how to also invest or refer to people to your financial planner so that they can get the help as well, and just be the person who is what you wish you had when you didn't know where to go to start building that financial freedom, or to get help to understand how to manage money, or even to get some financial help. So, yeah, just be generous with your information, your time, your knowledge, your skills, and that's going to come back to you tenfold. It's called karma. It's, God says, if you are helping someone, you are helping me. So God is basically saying that, and God will pay you back as well. So just look at life like that, and yeah, just be a good steward of God and don't bury your talents on the ground. So I really hope that this was helpful. You can add whatever levels you think are important as well. But I think this is a great structure. And then you can always just build from there, like with properties and things like that. But I think this is a beautiful structure when it comes to your finances, and protecting your family, yourself, and your loved ones. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.
And they say I won't give you to see